from the Lord, she said. I said, wonder why they used that phrase and didn't use the phrase, if I require a baby son or a small child, man child, or whatever she said. She said, amen. So I went back and I did a little studying about this. And a man back then, the Hebrew, this word amen, when you go to Hebrew and you look at it, it means this. So this is the way she was viewing this baby that was born, okay? I'm going to show you how she viewed him and how we view him a little different than today. She views him, the first interpretation in Hebrew is a husband. Good and great and mighty man. A high degree, a champion. So when she gave birth to him, the first thing that came to her mind, that came from God, so it was good, just like her husband. You've given me a responsibility to raise here a husband just like I have. A good and great and mighty man. Wow. The way you view that child, let me ask you a question. You have little girls in your laps and so on. Do you view that as being a great and mighty woman? A wonderful wife of a great man? This is the way I want you to view your children from now on, and not view them as though... See, we don't have hardly any examples of a good husband anymore. That's what's wrong with society. We don't have that many examples of a man standing up and being the man of the house and being the husband he ought to be to his wife. Wow. I struggle with that sometimes. I'm not the perfect husband. She'll tell you. And she won't tell you, she tells me. Okay, I get that part. But I'm not the perfect husband. I can strive to be, or I can strive not to be. That's my choice. But she looks at it in a different term. She looks at it, this is what this is going to be. I've got a responsibility to raise this great man. I've got this huge, and that's the way she was viewing that child. When that Hebrew, that's what it means. And I took that and thought, wow, this means a lot different than what we look today. We view our kids in a sense of money. You're going to grow up to be a doctor or a lawyer or something to make a lot of money, and that's going to make you happy, and that's just farther from the truth. You need a man or a woman. If you're not righteous and you're not holy, you're not after God, and you're not a good person, I don't care what you make in society. I don't know doctors that are horrible. I know lawyers. Woe to the lawyers. I know men that make a lot of money that are respectful people. They're not good. I'd rather you raise a child in this way to view child. No matter what my child grows up to be, I want him to be good. I want to be a man and woman of God. I want them to be a good child, a good person. I want them, no matter what if they empty the trash, I want them to do the best job they can in emptying the trash and driving the trash truck or whatever it is might be that God's got them called to do. Be the best at what they do and be that good person at it. And those around them. I remember a story, I don't have to turn the camera on for this, but I'm going to tell it anyway. When I went to work at Michelin, I worked there for a while. My father was a big boss at that place, tire factory. And as I worked with people, alongside them, and I worked with maintenance men also. I jump in there if something broke down and try to help them fix it. I want to get the machine running again. I was going to have to grab a broom and clean it. I'd rather get the machine running. That was easier to do that than push a broom. So I would jump in there and help them. And after a while, these maintenance guys would look at me and said, well, you're a lot different than your dad, because my dad was over the maintenance department. He said, what do you mean I'm a lot different? He said, you're nice. Oh. Yeah, that kind of got with me there, but I understand it now because I grew, but I understand it. I'm not like him. I was blessed, and I met a piece to my puzzle that changed me and made me into a better person than I ever was without her. See, key to the puzzle. But my mother also raised me in a way to be a good person also. She did. She did. She tried to raise me as a man. So ladies, girls, I want you to change the way you view it, because here's the key to it. This child you're given is given to you by God. It's not because you went and did this or did that or decided to have one. God's a giver of life. He's the one that makes that. He's the one that creates it. He's gave you that child and gave you a huge responsibility along with it. Huge responsibility. Or you may not ever have a child by not given that responsibility. But you're given a responsibility. Responsibility means this. Responsible means this. The state of fact, to have a duty to deal with something, or to have a control over someone. Women, let's put this in the dictionary. Women bearing children and take responsibility for the care of their child. Responsibility, what it means. To take that responsibility means as a woman that you will give away your heart, your soul, who you are to that child. Cause you much great pain. You'll feel their pain, you'll feel their happiness. You will. It'll be part of who you are. It'll make your makeup, and it'll also dictate your days sometimes. It'll dictate if you're happy or if you're sad the way your child's life is going. It'll dictate the way your emotions and everything else. I got this because my mother the other day, this is the story I wanted to tell you. I was sitting in a room and she looks over at me and she said, "Are you happy?" I said, "Yeah, Mom, I'm happy." She said, "That's great, because if you're happy, that's all I need to be happy." Amen. That was it. And in that sentence, she said that, and the looseness she is, she said, "That's all I need. I'm happy if you're happy," because that's who the mother is. If their child is happy, they are happy. If their child is hurting in pain, they're hurting in pain. So we see that us men don't get that. I'll be truthful with you, we don't. Get up, let's go. And while you let it pull yourself up on the bootstraps, let's get on after it. You're a man, tough it out. Woman's not that way. They're built different, they're wired different than we are.
Amen.
Yes. I'll share that one up real quick. But Jesus here, he uses this to his advantage. I'm going to share something with you in Luke 23. Jesus is on his way to the cross, and he's going to the cross, and he's got all these women following behind, weeping after him and crying. They're just weeping over him, what he's about to go through, and what he's been through, and they're crying after him. And he uses this to his advantage to bring the point across. I want to share it with you right quick. Luke 23, 28, and 31, it says this, "And Jesus turned to these women, and says, 'Daughters of Jerusalem, do not weep for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. For indeed the day is coming in which they shall say, Blessed are the barren wombs, and that never bore, blessed are the barren wombs that never bore, and the breast which never nursed. Then they will begin to say, Do the mountains fall on us? Do the hills cover us? For if they would do this in a green wood, what will they do in a dry?'" Wow. He looks and turns and weep for yourself and your children. Because if they would do this to me, someone good, and the goodness that I am, what are they going to do when evil is present? To you and your children. He's forecasting, he's telling them about 40 years in advance when the fall of Jerusalem is going to take place. And these very women will be there and their children. They would be part of a tragedy that would shatter the world. That would be part of a siege. It would go from February till August. The Romans waited until Passover took place. And they waited till the maximum amount of Jews would be in Jerusalem. And they surrounded it. And they began to siege it. Then they would cut off their water, they cut off their food, they cut off everything, and people died. Josephus, the great historian at this time, actually says 1.1 million Jews starved to death and died in this siege. 1.1 million. And Jesus is looking at these very women that will go through that and say, "Weep for yourselves and your children, because they're going to do worse to you than they've done to me." So we see he's dealing with their heart, he's dealing with their emotions here. He's trying to tell them, he's trying to show them how a woman feels, and he's using that to prepare themselves for what's to come. You see, some of you have great hardship, and some of you deal with a child that has caused you great pain and suffering. Or worry. You do. You deal with that. I understand that. And so also they did. See, a mother feels the pain of a loss. You know, a child can be lost in a lot of different ways. A child can be lost if they're in sin, and sin's got a hold of them, and they're out in the world, and they're about to destroy their own soul and life. That's lost, and that can be very painful to a mother. She knows if that child dies, she's not going to go to heaven. So that's very painful. The death of a child is the worst thing I think there is to a woman. They can lose 2 or 3 husbands and lose one child would be way more tragic. It's not ought to be that way, but I watched it happen, and it's one of the horriblest things there is. There's also the loss of a child of the vision. You will. You lose a child, a difference of opinion, difference of religion. Jesus said, "I've come to bring a sword." He said, I've come to you, the enemies will be in your own household. You're going to have division over religion, over me, and over other things. And you'll divide a household, and you'll think one way, and the other will go the other, and it'll cost you some of your kids. And that's a hardship that we face as Christians today. It will be division. So we see all these taking place in your lives, and the hardship that you have, and a child, and all you really want them to be is happy. All you want your child to be is to be happy and not suffer and not go through these things, and that's the desire of a mother, and that's what I got off my mother. As long as I'm happy, she's happy, no matter what she's going through. She's sitting down there at home. If I'm happy, she's happy. If I went in there and I was sad, she'd be sad right along with me. Yes, you feed the child. That's what you do. So you have a plan in the future for that child. I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to let you to change that plan in the future. Don't try to plan it out. Try to make it a wonderful wife or a wonderful husband. That's who my child is going to be. It's going to be a wonderful person. It's going to be a person that's not going to be one that lies, and not one that, I had a horrible time lying when I was younger. And I was horrible at it. I had a very difficult time telling the truth. I wanted attention. That's why I lied. I remember in kindergarten, I remember getting a world of hurt because my mom wore me out for this one. Show you how she directed my path and making me into a better person right quick. I was in kindergarten, and I seen this young boy, was in the service, was on Air Force Base, and all these guys were in Vietnam at this time. And this kid's dad got wounded, and all the attention they give this kid, I was getting all kinds of attention, getting all stuff lavish on him and everything. And I thought to myself, I can get all this attention if I get my dad wounded. So all I got to do is get shot in the leg. So, oh yeah, my dad's flying in out of Vietnam. So I just said, oh yeah, that bullet went up through the plane and shot my dad in the leg. Well, the teacher I got all the attention like the other kid did. Lavished on her. My mom goes to one of those deals at school. Guys, don't lie, don't pay me. And she walks in there and she said, how's your husband doing? I heard he was shot in the leg. She said, huh? So yeah, Sam told us he was shot in the leg the other day. And I said, how's he doing? He wasn't shot in the leg. And the look that I got when you get home, kid. The look that she gave me was unbelievable. I thought to myself, man, I'm in trouble now. And I was. I wasn't being the man she thought I ought to be. She wore me out. And I deserved it. I did. I got the attention, but I got the wrong attention. Man, if your children are the most important thing you've got, and ladies, I got news for you. You can pass faith on to this child. You can pass the love of God. You can pass the faith that God has put in your heart and your soul to your children. You can do it physically and you can do it spiritually. I'm going to give you another story about my life here in a moment about this. But you can do it, and it takes place here in Timothy. In 2 Timothy, we see that Paul is dealing with Timothy. He's having a really hard time. So Paul brings remembrance to him. This is a letter to Timothy, and this is something Paul writes to him and encourages him in 2 Timothy 1:5. This is part of the scripture. And this is the part I want you to get. Where did Dad, where did Grandpa come in out of this whole thing? He's not even involved in this. So you get that, ladies. Dad and Grandpa's name is not mentioned here. It's Mom, Grandma, and Grandma. Grandma and Mom. So let's read the scripture. Paul's talking to Timothy. And they call it remembrance. Paul's talking to to me, he said, I want to call you to remembrance the genuine faith that is in you, that dwells in you, first in your grandmother, Lois, and in your mother, Eunice. And I am persuaded is in you also. Wow. Here's a young man preaching the gospel. He's out on his own, and he goes to his grandmother. He said, your grandmother's the first to believe her. She's the one the first, and she passed it on down to the daughter. And the daughter's passed it on down to you. And that faith that these two women had is in you. Where did Dad and Grandpa come in? Not mentioned. They might not even been believers. Right? But these two women were. And I did a little thinking and looking at my own life. My great-grandfather was a preacher, a Pentecostal preacher. His son, my grandpa, was an alcoholic in World War II. Died 3 days before I was born. But he had a sister, our grandfather did, was the Holy Ghost filled, on fire for woman for God. Matter of fact, when they built a new church in Wichita Falls, they had a ceremony to move her shawl from that new church, from the old church to the new church. And I can understand why, because I had one experience with this lady, and it's probably why I'm standing here today. I'll share it with you. I was a little boy, and I remember going to see this aunt of mine, which was my grandfather's sister. An older lady already. I'm little and she's already old. Here I go to visit her, Jacksboro, Texas. I remember it was there. And she called, somehow, in some shape and form, all I know is I'm outside with her by myself. And all I remember is those hands coming up on my head. And all I remember is this woman's praying. And all I remember is me feeling funny all over. And I remember those very things. And I said, somewhere in that whole thing, that faith that she had came into here. I never used it until I was about 30 years old. I experienced God throughout my, and God dealt with me throughout my teenage years and my 20-year-olds. But when I'm 30 years old, God said, it's time for that to come alive. I'm going to use you. And He did. He got my attention. But that faith was first put there. It wasn't by my mother. It was by somebody else that had it. You see, she passed it on to me. Ladies, that faith that you have in you, the spirit that you have in you, can go on down and move on down to others spiritually. You can do it physically, you can do it by your teaching, but you can also do it spiritually. Paul says this, he talks about it in Scripture. He said, start up the gifts that you receive by laying on of hands. Talk about when we live here and we're praying for you, and we pray for you to receive the Holy Spirit, we lay hands upon you. You can be baptized in the Holy Ghost. You can receive gifts from the Holy Spirit. You can receive, and gift is part of the faith. It's part of the faith is part of the gift that you can receive. All this gift, and he's saying this first welfare, ladies, you got a responsibility that passes just raising the kid, but you got to pass the responsibility to pass it on down that God has put in you, to your children. If you're a teacher here at this church, or you Jenna, her responsibility is to take your kids back there and share the faith that she has within her and pass it down to your kids. It's a responsibility. My responsibility is to pass all the faith that I have in my soul to you, pour it out to you, and get you to believe like I believe. Get you to hope like I hope, and get you to look at things like I view them. There's nothing impossible. There's no child that's gone so far away that God can't bring them back. There's nobody that's gone out in homosexuality or adultery or drugs or alcohol that God can't rescue out of where they're at. That's your child. That's what it's hurting in your life. But God can save them and set them free and rescue them. Guys, mothers, they're not too far gone. As mothers on a mission, this is what we need today. We need some of you mothers to get on a mission. You need a mission to save your children from this world. You need to be on a mission to understand that the world is out to destroy and take your kids' lives and tell them homosexuality is okay and tell them iniquity is is okay, and to live this lifestyle is okay, and to do this is okay. All this stuff is going down. Even we're having trouble with alcohol in the Assembly of God churches now. It's okay. Yeah, it's coming to debate. Not a debate here. No. Alcohol's not good. It alters your mind and it takes your mind off somewhere else. The enemy can come in and clean your clock. It opens a door to the other side. It's a gateway drug into other drugs that end up destroying you. It'll kill you eventually. I got a grandpa that prove that. So why play with something that's going to end up getting a hold of you and destroying your life? I'm desperate. We don't need it. What do you need it for? I've dealt with some people that struggle with drugs and alcohol, and you know what they tell you? I don't want to feel. I want to escape the way I feel. I want to escape the emotions of this life. Let me tell you something. This is a journey, and the emotions are part of it. The ups and downs are a part of this life, and I enjoy the ride. It's like a roller coaster sometimes, but if you understand that God's in control of your life and in control of what happens to you, that roller coaster ride is going to come out on top. I'm not going to come out and die off in a valley, but I want to keep going. And if you can get a hold of that and understand this is part of it, the emotions that you feel and the things you're going through, you need to feel those things. Because if I don't feel the Holy Ghost, I don't get excited. And if I was high or taking something or drinking something, I couldn't feel what I feel. I wouldn't know the presence of God. Sometimes He comes in here in such a subtle way that He just brushes by me. And if I was on something or I was doing something, I could even take an aspirin or ibuprofen, maybe even miss it. It's so gentle sometimes. His presence comes through and it's so gentle and just brushes by. You ain't got those feelings. Your mind's quicker. My mind is so slow sometimes, that's Tracy. It's kind of like walking through mud. Really. If my mind wasn't quickened up here, I couldn't even preach. See, it quickens my mind. Goodness gracious. Where am I at? We're on emotions to save your children. I want to go back and I want to share two stories with you this morning about this. Saving your child from a certain death. Look at me, I'm serious. You're saving your child. You're on a mission, every one of you women do, to save your child from a death, the second death, and that is hell. That's your mission. The devil's got a plan to destroy and kill you, right, and tear your life apart. And destroy you and take you to hell. That's his mission, to take your kids and destroy their life any way he can. And your mission as a mom is to rescue them out of it any way you can rescue them. I'm going to share a story. You remember Moses' mom? Remember this lady? There's a little something you may not know about the scripture I'm going to share with you right quick. The Pharaoh gave the midwives an order to kill all the baby boys that were born. The midwives wouldn't do it because they feared God. So you know what Moses did? He said, I'm going to make a decree. You throw all the baby boys in the Nile River. No, Pharaoh, excuse me. Pharaoh made a decree. You throw all the baby boys in the Nile River. So the scripture says when Moses was born, the mother looks at him and he's a beautiful baby. Now, I've never seen a mother look at a baby and say it's ugly, have you? Truthfully, ladies, I've never seen a pretty one myself that's just born. But truthful with you, I've been around a lot of it. You think it's beautiful. It is to you. The others may maybe we'll clean it up, but anyway. It's a beautiful baby. And what does she do? She says she hides that baby until she can't hide him anymore. She's going to save him as best as she can. She's going to hide him away. And that's what some of you do. You hide your child away and you protect him as much as you can, as long as you can. But somehow or another, they're going to have to come out. And when she brings him out, what does she do? She's obedient to the law that is laid down by Pharaoh. She takes him to the Nile. And she puts him in it. But what does she do? She makes an ark. She builds an ark and pitches it and makes it where he can lay this baby in and he can float in that Nile. And sets a watch over the top of it. And get a hold of this. It's going to come a little ways. She sets her sister out here to watch it. You see, you set the Holy Ghost out here to watch. You build an ark of prayer around your kid. You turn them loose where the crocodiles may be able to eat them. But you've got a prayer around them and you've got to watch over them. I sent my angels over you. Yes. I'll watch over you, he says. You getting this? This is what happens, and she does. She makes a prayer. She's willing to turn loose of this child that he may fulfill what God's got him in his life. It's to be ate by an alligator. That's what is going to happen. But she's got to watch, sit over, and the Pharaoh's daughter walks by and picks it up. I love this part. This is what I tell you. When your kids get 13-year-olds, aliens come and get them. And then when they get about 25, you get them back. Okay? This is kind of what happens here. Here she is, and she picks it up, and she also opens it up, and then the sister runs up there and says, you know, the baby's crying, he's starved to death. So, you know, I may know, put it in my terms, I know a lady that can give this baby milk. They said, you want me to take her? And she said, yeah. Pharaoh's daughter said, yeah, take her on, feed her. When the baby's weaned, you bring her back. That's my son. I'm going to claim him. Let somebody else do the diaper changing. Basically, do the feeding. You know who gets it? Moses' mama. Gets to raise that baby. She gets him back. She turns him loose and gets him back. And then she gets to feed him. And all of a sudden she's willing to turn loose of him and he might live. Not knowing what the future holds. Some ladies, I've watched some ladies will not turn loose of their kids when they step out into the world. They keep hanging on, and it's getting worse in society today. They're called helicopter mamas now. They go chew the professor out while they're in college because they got a bad grade. No, I'm serious. It's become an epidemic in colleges. Don't turn loose. She turns loose of it. What does God do? God's ended up using him to save the whole nation. What does she do? She sits and watch over him. She builds an ark of prayer around him. And she's willing to turn loose and let God have it. And Haggai does the same thing. She can't have a child. She finally gives birth to a child. She finally prays, God, I'll give this child. If you just give me a son, you give me a baby, and God, I'll give him right back to you. And what is the same thing? He does the same thing. She nurses him, and she has him until he's grown enough that he can eat on his own. And what does she do? She gives him back to God. And God, what does God do? Raise him up to be a man of God. You see, sometimes when they get so far, you're going to have to turn them over. Don't ever stop building an ark around them in prayer. Don't ever start setting charge angels over them to protect them. Don't ever do that, ladies. But you can turn them over to God and let God mold them in the way. You do the best you can to raise that child when he's young and the ways to go. Is that they'll come back to it. But it's their choice. You see, here this woman is, the first baby that's ever born, and she looks at him as a husband, a great and mighty man, and he becomes a murderer. It's Cain. Mom didn't plan that. The choices that young man made did that. And that's not your problem. You've done what you're supposed to do, and that young man's going to make his decisions, but that doesn't hold back the pain that you feel right now because the decisions they made were wrong. I understand that. It's difficult. But you can't stop them from making those decisions. You're just going to have to build some more art and more prayer and say, God, they're yours. God, I'll give them to you. You deal with their heart. You deal with their life. So we see these two women doing the same thing. You're going to have to learn to trust God for your children. Learn how to pass things on down. Oh, ladies, that's a bigger responsibility than what you thought. That's a young man there who's going to be a husband to some wife. How do you want him treating her? Are you going to raise him and show him? Men, are you going to treat your wife in a manner that your son is going to treat his wife that way? You know it's not right. You know, ladies, women, are you going to buck your husband so much that you're going to raise a daughter that's going to do the same thing, not respect her husband? You see, that's what we have in society today. We have men, and I'm going to get on the ladies for a minute real quick. I see this a lot happening with young women. They're finding young men that will give them pleasure, make them feel special, but will not take care of them out of iota. Financially. Or not be a husband. Let me feel good. Let me have a good time. Then they'll end up going to work. The young girl will, and the guy lays around What husband is that? What man is that? Look at the camera and say, what kind of man are you? A man is supposed to stand up and be the head of his home. The wife's supposed to come in there and she's the one that's got the heart to raise the child. The man does not. But a man should show his child the way to go, how to treat a woman. You see, it's a huge responsibility because as soon as that baby's born, she looks at that man as being a husband. That's the first word the Hebrew says, husband. Guys, give me a man that says husband. Is the first thing that comes across your mind. Raise those young men to be a husband. Don't treat a girl right. Wear them out. I'm kidding you. It's the blueness of the womb drives fullness from the heart. We get back to that a moment. Well, I don't believe in whooping my kids or abusing them. Let me tell you something that worked on me. Worked on every elderly person sitting here, I'm sure. Time out wouldn't do nothing for me. You know what they did to me when they did that in grade school? I'll tell you another story. It worked great. Yeah, the teacher thought she had one on me. She put me in time out, back in the corner, back around the clock. Back around, out of view. Mistake number one. You know what was back out of view back there? Graham crackers. And I stuck. I pulled the drawer open. I got the graham crackers out. And I was having such a good time that they all left the classroom, locked the door, afraid they were gone. She forgot about me being back there. I was scared then. Couldn't get out of the room. So I just went back and got scared, so I went back and finished off the graham crackers. And about this time, the janitor comes in and lets me out. Yeah. Mom was already looking for me about this time. Poor teacher gets in trouble. It was my own fault because I heard him leaving and I wasn't going to give up the graham crackers. This is a lie. This is a lie. Guys, through the funniness of all of what our children do, a woman's heart is something special, and a woman loves the compassion and the mercy they have for their kids, but you got just a huge responsibility for your children and raising them the way they are to go and to pass on. And look at what he said. He said the grandmother and the mother, and that's who passed your faith on now, Timothy. And my aunt, I don't know what you call her, an aunt or what. See, I can remember that day in that back of that yard where she passed that on down to me. God brings that up to my remembrance. That's where it came from. It came from a woman. It didn't come from a man in my home. Ladies, God can use you in a powerful way to carry the kingdom of God on and create a man and a young lady that God can use in a powerful, powerful way. God, I don't care where your kids are at this morning, or if they're on drugs or in prison or wherever may be going on in their life. God can save them out of that and set them free and heal their lives. Do you believe that, though? It's a question I've got to ask you. Because if you don't believe it, don't ask. He said, when you pray, you got to believe it or you're not going to receive it. And I believe there's nothing that's not impossible with God. There's not one thing that He cannot do. One thing He cannot accomplish in this life. Are you ready? My mom's special. She's a little loony right now. It's part of life. Horrible to remember. Now, come on up. Yes. Horrible to remember. Horrible. Man, when she looks at me and said, "Are you happy?" "Yeah, Mom, I'm happy." I said, "Well, then I'm happy. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. All that matters." Guys, you want to make your mother happy? Get your life lined up where you can be happy. Girls, sitting here, get your life lined up where you can be happy and you'll make your parents happy. Because I'll guarantee you what makes you more miserable than anything in people is not living your life right. You're miserable. You're struggling against what God has put in your heart. You're struggling against the prayers your mother and father is praying over. You're struggling against what is right. You're doing what's wrong, and you know that what's right, and that makes you miserable on the inside. You want a happy parents, you do what's right, and you'll be happy, and they'll be happy. Live a right life. Do what's right. You know the reason why I'm happy? Because I strive to do that. if I strive to do what's wrong, or I do what I know, every time I do something I know that's not right, I'm not happy anymore. I'm miserable. How about you? You may tell a little lie somewhere along to get yourself out of something, it kind of makes you miserable, don't it? Yeah. Or you try to get out of something, or do something you know is not quite right, makes you miserable on the inside. You're not happy. And you're going to make your parents, your mom happy, just be happy yourself. Get right with God. Get your life right. Yes. Keep saying, just stand.